between, right? So without taking much of your time, really know my name is
Peninah Nakandi.
Nakandi.
Yes, please. Call it Irene.
So tell us about Peninah. Who is Peninah?
Okay, Peninah Nakandi. Now today is Peninah Nakandi Chimpi. I'm a newly married woman. Yeah, we have recently got a marriage. So I just appreciate my husband, Mr. Kimpi Simon, on 20th of July. He officially wedded in a Catholic church. Greetings to Father Chivi, who made it, and all the people who are there. So I'm an officially married woman. So those who are intending to apply, the link is also here. But what is important to be into their hearts. I'm also a Catholic, a very proud Catholic, but someone who is inclusive. So I'm an advocate of persons with disabilities in business. For See Child Where We Are, that is sustainable and effective empowerment of children with disabilities. So I do work with See Child as a resource mobilizer and an image into that. So I believe in inclusion because inclusion is promoting human rights. I'm also a founder of PIB Uganda. PIB Uganda is Persons with Disabilities in Business Uganda, where PIB, that is PIB Uganda. Yeah, it's Persons with Disabilities in Business Uganda. I went to school like you, madam. I read like anyone else, but because of unemployment challenge in this country, so we cannot continue to write application to look for jobs. So I'm like, what can we do? So I came out with an initiative to say that we can do a lot of things, but in one way or the other, we can promote the quality of life of persons with disabilities, and we can also promote the quality of life of persons without disability.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but everybody has got a disability in one way or the other. But most of you don't know that you've got a disability in one way or the other. Yes. So Peninah, I'm also a mother of one daughter biological, but I'm taking care of a total of 14 children, those without disability and all that. Some of them I've taken care of from D1, some have even graduated.
How many are you taking care of?
14.
That's people, right?
Not really, leave alone people, but being as a mother, reaching out to people, and then you can find resources and you're like, let me help this girl. Maybe in the future I could.
Where do you get the resources?
It's not by people of goodwill like you. So you just use what you can, and then you say that this one comes out. Because even me, I was brought up by missionaries of the poor, where we grew up with those of Father Raymond, talk about Father Holango. So that heart of giving, you can't give what you don't have. But if you have a talent, like Irene, you have a talent of having a YouTuber channel where you bring issues of disability on board. Let people see and get to know what is happening. So even me, within my means, what I can also handle someone, and then we move on. Yeah. So I'm into disability advocacy, and I believe that if you empower a person with disabilities, you have empowered the whole nation, and you promoted the quality of life of people.
What are the challenges you face as someone with disability?
In life,
As being a person?
having a disability, it's a normal thing because God created you the way you are, whether you're tall or you're short, that is it. But that's okay. But I will not say you have a disability. So we are not disabled, but we just have those disabilities. If someone helps you to control that disability, the disability goes away. So if my challenge is a speech therapy and I can have someone to interpret for me, the disability will not be there.
Okay.
So if my disability is the height I can't reach and I find a way of reaching it, there's no disability.
Okay, so what is the difference between disabilities and disabled?
Very good, yeah. So a disability, it's a condition to a human being which limits you from accessing some services or reaching some other places. So disabled, that means you're useless, you can't do anything, you're disabled, like it can't. Someone who is disabled, that means the person is worth being dead.
Are you sure?
Like you'll have a YouTube channel,
Yes.
then you can decide to disable it. It will not operate. That means it's dormant there. So even in computer system like IT, let's use this example.
Yeah.
They will say disable or mute the microphone. That means it's not operating. So disabled, it means something. It's not.
It's not operating at all, at all.
But if a person is born with a challenge, maybe of the leg, maybe of the color differences, maybe of the ear impaired, maybe of the mouth stature, that is a disability. It's just having that. So we can help to empower that person, and then we shall remove that disability they are talking about. But if we don't empower, if we don't support this, we are creating a disability, making that person. But if someone is born just because of the legs are not there, but the brain is very okay. We have seen most of them. The brain is very okay. People can talk. Even now,
Yes.
these are amazing people with a very good brain, amazing people we need to live with. Look about the ministers. Like Honorable Allen Asamo. She's now the minister for people with disability. She just have a leg challenge, but the rest of the thing, you cannot beat her.
Okay, as we have that minister in parliament, is there any way the government has helped people with disability or?
Yeah, the government of Uganda has tried to come out with policies, but just because people don't want to read these policies, the good policies the government of Uganda has come out with. But these policies are just in books.
Someone said that if you want to hide something from an African, just put it in written. So maybe that is the cause, right?
It could not be the cause into that, because it's now there are other new means of reading. If you feel you don't want to read a book, just go on YouTube channels and use a phone. You see the media coming. It's part of the literature there.
They're bringing it closer to us.
Yes.
Not like before.
So let's just go to YouTube. What's the name of your YouTube
My
channel?
YouTube channel is Irene Taps.
So let's go to Irene Taps. Then we put in qualities of disability stories. Let's read it there. So if for us we find that reading books is boring, let's go to Irene YouTube channels, and then we shall get the information there.
Thank you so much. You also have a YouTube channel, right?
Not really. Me, I don't have a YouTube channel, but
Social activities, right?
I'm into advocacy for persons with disability. Let it be TikTok, let it be social media, because now it's the way to go. You get my point?
The courage from?
Because I've lived into it, I've seen what it costs.
Yes.
So I want to use my self experience, the opportunity I have to communicate to the public, to tell the world that the things they cannot put us anywhere. If we feel pity of ourselves, who's going to console us? And let people hear from the horse's mouth. Because if you bring someone who has not lived with a disability, the story is going to be the same. So bring Peninah who has lived with it, then you hear from the horse's mouth.
Exactly. Wow, thank you so much.
And if someone has got a disability behind there and is a mother of a child with a short stature, because there are many types of disabilities, but we are not going to go, but as Irene will go together, you try to bring out the categories of disabilities to people to get to know that. So if you're a mother and your child born with short stature, someone with a deformity of that, take that child to school. Bring the child to see child. Take any other school you feel, even normal schools, because they're inclusive education. So that at the end of it all, your child is going to be empowered. He gets a skill. He can speak the English, because some people look at English and they read. You can bring out the good Luganda into that. There is that a lot of amazing things. And tomorrow you not cry at the parents, because all children are children. Like me, I'm the last born at home. My other siblings are all told to the normal heights. But before me reaching home, nothing is done. And I believe my family is now proud of me.
Okay. So, like, what is the cause of, let's say, disability?
Yes.
What really cause the fact that your siblings are twin, and for you, you're totally different from them. Is it from the parents or just come just like that?
Okay, me, I did the research just to find out because of what I was going through.
Yes.
I mean, you're walking on the road and everybody stops what they're doing. They look at you and stare at you like this. Some of them, you get my point. You live in that, you've gone through that stigma into that. So I was like, I can't hide myself. Someone you pass by and someone knocks on their friend and is like, Lawa, yeah, and then you're like, you get my point. So I was like, I had to find out. So I asked my parents, and my parents could not have the answer because even them, they didn't get the opportunity also
And
to
for
go
them,
to
they are
school.
normal, right?
Yeah, they are not. But my parents all passed on.
Oh, so
May they also rest in eternal peace, but they did what they can.
yes.
But then, when I studied biology, there's what we call the chromosomes. Yeah, the gene of a shortness, when they come with to the recessive genes, there are high chances of producing the same case. Let it be height issues and all that. But then there's one of my great grand I never see. Yeah, who was also short like of this. So being the shortness, it's a gene, it's a genetical carry on. Yeah, but when you get married, it becomes recessive. But this heightness, so there are some disabilities which are genetical and they will come in like the albinism. They're also genetical that. So that disability also carries on. Then also it comes on the height issues. It's very hard for someone of the normal height to give birth to that. You get my point. So it's also a genetical. But however, we can control this. So all disabilities, mothers who are listening to us in this YouTube channel, might encourage you when you conceive pregnancy. Let's try also to do what we call genetical test. Get to know how your husband or your wife is. Get to know that before you just fall in love and at the end of it all. It's also good for you to research and you get to know your gene base. So choose that. And also it's okay, it's about you, but I wouldn't have loved a person of the same disabilities to get married because the chances of getting the same disabilities also becomes the same. So what I can encourage mothers when you're at your time of planning to have pregnancy, though in Uganda most of our pregnancies are not planned for years, you get it. But the moment you realize you're pregnant, you start on folic acid because folic acid is a drug, these yellow drugs. Yeah, those tablets. They help us to build our cells and they control on the abnormalities of what we are going to produce. So sometimes mothers don't take this folic acid. Some of them take them at a later stage when the cells have already what? Developed. So I encourage mothers at the moment you get to realize that today I've conceived, start folic acid until the end. So that they can grow, the cells of the child can go to the normalities.
So you said you have a daughter.
Yes.
How is she? Is she like you or she's
Of course, a child will resemble their mom. She's like me. I'm a mother. She's a
height?
it's not. It's for my daughter is a normal height like anyone. It could be. And now when we moved, like we are sisters and brothers, she's also doubling me. She will even that doubling. So some of those things we also believe in religion. God has His reason.
That's why He created.
Yeah, well, God has a reason, and everybody will say, ah. But I thank God that He gave me a very beautiful daughter and gave me very beautiful children. But I preserve and I promote all children. All children are amazing, whether has a disability or not. But most of the challenges, children with disabilities, what parents go through. Like when you come here to see child, you see school fees, some need equipment, they need wheelchairs, they need even treatment. Some of these children are born with hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus and spina bifida is a condition whereby a child is born without the proper digestion system. In most cases, children are born with these big heads. and maybe they are born without a spine of their body. Coordination of the digestive system. It will need us, but is born with that coordination that the brain takes to this. It coordinates with the digestive system. The child to not genda mutoyi. So ako akantu tazaaliddwa nako kitegeeza bimuyitamu buyisi. So that means the child is operated asobole okufuna akatube ke bamuteekamu muno n'asobola okufulumya ebintu bye. Omuzadde ono oba omwana ono paka kukula kwe yeetaaga pampa z'alina okukozesa kubanga bimuyitamu buyisi. Ne bw'anaasoma okubeera mu ofiisi yeetaaga ki? Pampa. Ate alina pampa zino za bbeeyi. Ate olina ozikyusa. Twegamba gavumenti yandiba obuyonjo bulina okuba bw'amaanyi. Omwana yenna aliko obulemu yeetaaga obuyonjo bw'amaanyi. Kyovola nti ffe tukola ne sabbuuni tubeere naye oleme ate mugula walala nga gw'omukola ate osobola omutunda okufunamu ki? Ekikumi. Kakati abazadde bano, abazadde abazaaliddwa n'abaana abaliko obulemu beetaaga basanga okusomozebwa ate kw'amaanyi nnyo. Nti gwe kyobadde okozesa ate yeetajja kikola kikozesa. Wagamba kosti ye embeera gy'alimu emwenyamiza. Abo babasuula n'obasuula olw'embeera eyo gye bakola ki? Gye bayita. Abamu tebaagala na bajjayo, abamu bakitutte nga kaasi. Naye nze nkugamba nti okuzaala omwana aliko obulemu guba mukisa. Nze okubeerako n'obulemu abamu mbalabye nga obulemu bwabwe bwe bubatuusizza ki kye bakola ki kye baala. Kati kankuwa ekyokulabirako. Gavumenti egaba ssente z'abaliko obulemu eza special grant. Nabo banyi ekyetaagisa gwe okusabayo ezo ssente. Olina okuba ng'oliko obulemu. Ogwo si mukisa. Oba olina okuba ng'oli muzadde w'omwana aliko obuki? Obulemu. Kubanga bw'onaaba tobuliiko obulemu abamu bajula na kwetemako ngalo. Tebabimanyi. Kyenvudde nkugamba nti gwe nga YouTube channel, nga owa YouTube channel olina enkizo nnyo okulaba nti no oleesa amawulire bano. Abantu abamu tebafunye kusomesa kumala nga wombuuza gavumenti bekola. Gavumenti ekoze policies nnyingi nnyo naye ezisinga ziri mu lunyaanyimbe. Olulimi olwo olunnyaanyimbe lwe lulimi oluzungu, lulimi lunnansi. Ate Abannayuganda tusosoowazizza nnyo olunnyaanyimbe olwaffe. Naye ate n'omwana tagenda kuyiga kusoma bw'aba tasoose kumuyigiriza lulimi luli olw'ekinnansi olulwe. Omwana togenda mugamba leeta akawuuwo oteekeko oluyina mu luzungu tebikola ki tebiri. Naye bw'anabiyiga mu lulimi lwe lwakuze nalwo. Kati naffe tulina olulimi lw'abaliko obulemu. Ng'ebigambo ebimu tojja bitegeera Irene okuggyako ng'oyagadde abantu abaliko obulemu n'otubeeramu. N'otalowooza nti bagenda kukulwaza nti bw'okwata ku muntu aliko obulemu naawe bugenda kukwata. Si bwe kiri. Obulemu si bulwadde nti bukwata. Just condition.
Like, how was it when you were giving birth?
Me, I identified it from the beginning. I started taking my antenatal properly. I will believe that I got the best doctors who advised me, who guided me. No, I was a cesarean. I was operated. And from Mulago Hospital, I used to go for antenatal in Mengo Hospital. But then in Mulago, I had my friends, Dr. Cotino Alex. He's a retired. He used to be in IDI infection. And he said, Peninah, you come to Mulago because people have put Mulago as it. But at the end of it all, fena tulina genda ku Mulago. Ne bw'onoobeera mu private hospital, ne bw'onoobeera Mengo, ne bw'onoobeera Lubaga, ne bw'onoobeerawo. At the end of it all, bwe biba bigaanyodde. Then when I went in Mulago, I don't know whether Sister Muziki akyaliyo. Me, I got the best treatment from Mulago Hospital. Nga in Mulago, bayogera ku kizindaalo. Buli bw'ojja bagamba Peninah, temukwata ku mwana wa Peninah. And then also, I need to give birth to a government hospital because of my condition. But being in advocacy, I need to know. Bebayogere Mulago bituufu oba siki. How will I say Mulago mbi akwatako? Mulago is a good hospital. Naye the population eri waggulu. Bantu bangi nnyo. Nosanga omusawo omu ali ku bantu 100 plus. We cannot manage that. Yes, ebibi bye biki ebyo, but let's go to the right because as having a disability, Mulago has specialized equipment, it's good. But it's my role to demand. However, ninayo baganda bange abakyayogera abakozesa olulimi olw'obubonero nga ne ba doctors bano abali e Mulago however good they might be tebamanyi lulimi lwa bubonero, they don't know sign language. So how
abasawo like specifically nga baba disabilities?
No, naffe tetwetaaga mbu abasawo baba disability naye abasawo bemubangudde, the doctors when you're professing, you're graduating that you're doctor, but then you don't know sign language. You get my point? So I'm encouraging the government of Uganda to legalize sign language. Recently, Minister of Gender was talking about legalizing Kiswahili as a language. So let Minister of Gender legalize sign language. So like professionalism, like a teacher, a doctor, because how right is it that you're going to give me the right prescription of my drug? Kwagamba, for us with disability, we just survive on the mercy of God. Dr. John Omuyiya, tosobola munnyonnyola nti this is this, wano we wannuma, and hiring an interpreter is very what? Expensive. But if a doctor, okola course ya doctor, oba nursing, nga sign language is a language a key, kati ne bw'anaaba afunye omuntu owa sign language, the doctor will, because it's a patient right. It's my right, Irene, to come to any doctor of my choice, any gynecologist of my choice, any hospital of my choice. I'm not forcing people to go to Mulago, because even in Mulago, they don't have those doctors who are well equipped with sign language. You get my point. But some of these disabilities are caused because the people who are handling us at birth, they are not. Because I didn't want but don't pack a chance. That early detection of a child is very important, because disability are in two categories. There's a primary disability. Now, when you work on the primary disability, it controls the secondary what? Disability. Yeah, what I can only tell people that early detection of a child, you get a child ne bamwasesinga n'omanya nti ono omwana tajja kufuna hydrocephalus ne bamujanjaba ng'obudde bukyali. You can stop those disabilities. Now, like there are conditions which comes to the ear impaired, that child needs early detection. But most of the parents, they don't know. But like intellectual disability, and nowadays it's too much. Hydrocephalus, those conditions are growing so much speedily. But by the time parents get to realize it, it's too late. We cannot do anything. So I encourage the early detection. The moment you give birth to your child, try to go to the right doctors to get to know your child and observe. Kubanga buno obulemu bujjamu the development of a child. Nti omwana ku myaka bwegiti aba atambula. Kati omwana bw'atuuka ku myaka 3-4 nga tayavula tatambula, just have it in mind. Omwana wange ayinza okuba nga aliko obuki obulemu. Nti omwana ayogerera ku myaka bwegiti. Then you get to know it. But some of us, yes, tuzaala abaana, the moment you give omwana n'oyagala omusuula eri bamukulabirire, you need to have time. N'abakozi abatukozesa mu companies oba ku mirimu, mutuweeko obudde emyezi 3 tegimala egyantinonto. Because people need, because these disabilities are now so rapid in our country. Because some mothers, I know kuduka akolechi agende ku mulimu bajja mutemayo bambi ate nga n'akasente akakola ki akaagala olw'ebbula ly'emirimu lyenkoze ki lyenkugambye. Kati n'omwana wa muleka nga tategedde kimuliko okiraba azadde, the mother is already stressed, it damages. The moment the mother you stress, it will affect the child.
So how was it when you were getting married? Mwami ani muchiri?
Chimpi Simon.
Mwami Chimpi Simon. Like, how was it? How did you meet? Get a file about your faith or anything?
Okay, I will say marriage comes from God. Me, I'm a Christian. First of all, this marriage is not the first time that we are meeting with my husband because he's the father of my child. But as challenges come, twatukojukosi nga nawooberaga agenda naawe genda those wars be like you get my point. But as time moved on, we are all different. First of all, I thank my man. He never looked through all that. But there is a way I reach at the time when this man is just using me. By the way, sometimes as a woman, you reach at men. Men are users. Most men come to your life because they want to test what is in you. So, but sometimes we need to be patient. I reach at the time, my daughter has grown because my daughter is now in P6, primary 6. Then I'm like, at this time, I need to officialize my marriage. And then even when my husband came to me, I'm like, you are not the alpha and what? And omega. But there are few women you find of this character because I've seen many women have overstayed in a relationship, in courtship, by nabana basatu. But you cannot come out and you tell the man it chino chenkorachi chenjagala. So marriage is by understanding. But sometimes in this life, there are few women who speak out. Some women are breeding in torture because by another mentality, nezalira abaana bange. But what you're showing the children, it's not. Sometimes speak out. That's the thing. Kati nange nafukamira ku mavivi nensaba Mukama. By the way, I prayed faithfully. I used to move because I had a child, Sisembera, as a Catholic, and it could pain me. My daughter reached at the time, she was telling me, but mommy, because Priscilla was telling me, but mommy, for you are not taking communion. Psychologically, I'm like, this is how I'm grooming my daughter. So even when the father came, I'm like, go, if you cannot officialize marriage, we can't be together. Because I prayed to God and I'm like, I took up a decision. But there are few women you find of that. But I'm telling the women who are viewing us there, you need to wake up one time and you're like, this is what I want. Enough is what? Enough. As you pray to God, then after praying to God, I prayed over it. I could go to Bukalango. I could come to Bunamwaya. I realized the blessed sacrament. And I could quarrel with Jesus. Yes. Jesus, if they say you're real, I ended up, Mapela. Mapela bakatuliki batandikira eddiini. So when you go to Mapela and Abulagala there, I mean Joseka. Mapela eyo. Mapela eyo. Yesu abeerayo takola ki? Tavaayo. Era abawala bangi nnyo ennaku zino bankuba bagamba Peninah ffe tusabidde emyaka 10 tetufuna bufumu. Mbagamba oba oli mukatoliki oba oli musiraamu nze nkugamba genda ku Mapeera. Kubanga Mapeera Yesu takola ki? Tavaayo. Yesu oyo abeera mu sakaramenti okuva ku Mmande paka ku Ssande. Abeerawo okuva ku makya paka ssaawa 3 ogw'ekiro. Kakati erubaga Yesu abeerawo mu adoration chapel. Ne batuuka essaawa 10, 11 ne bamugyawo. Kati onyuse ku mulimu. Yesu tojja mukola ki? Musanga. Naye nkugambye ku Mapeera. Yesu gye yatandikira. Kati nange we nafuna akakisa. Siva ku Mapeera. Bwe nagenda ku Mapeera omwami Ssabakristu weeyo ku Mapeera yangamba yaawo we yajja obufungo. Ku Mapeera abakatuliki abaasooka Father Mompel is Simeon Lodil Mompel. Naye kati bwe yajja mu Uganda bamuganda bamuyita Father Mapeera. Ne Brother Manzi abantu abo we baatuukira bwe baava ekigungu ne bayingira mu Uganda awo we baatuukira. Tujja gendako ne ku kereziya ya Mapeera eyo. Kakati ku kereziya ya Mapeera eyo we baatuukira eri Nabulagala. Era baga 17 February omwezi 1779 be baleeta eddiini eno eyaki ey'ekikatuliki. Kati ate era baabaziika abo era ku ntaana ya Mapeera waliwo entaana eyasooka Mapeera ne mune amazzi abaleeta eddiini erubya mu kyandono mwebale amasine Mapeera mwebale abaleeta tekitangala nze Mapeera ne brother Masi nkuweera bujulizi kubanga gye najja obufumbo era neebaza Mapeera n'Amasi singa siye eddiini gy'eri kubanga nze kyandaga nti Katonda ki gy'ali kati ku mbaga yaffe nze mwami wange teyali Mukatuliki yali Mukristaayo naye nga ndi Mukristaayo era weebiri naye ate munnange nze nafukamira ku Mapeera ne ngattako Biikira Maria ne ngattako ne Yesu ne nkwata ebintu ebyo bisatu ne mugamba naye Mapeera agakatonda mugwe bwe nafukamirawo ku Mapeera obufumbo si bwangu embaga si nnyangu Irene
abyogera sigikolangako sibigendangamu naye
era nze omuntu akuba embaga nagaba Peninah nze Katonda yatuwa embaga sinze embaga yaffe yali yekkaana nga bw'onoogiraba naye Yezu oyo mulamu nze nalabako ku Katonda nalaba Yezu kubanga nze Yezu yanjagala Katonda yanjagadde simanyi na kyenyinza kuddiza Mukama Katonda kukwagala Katonda simanyi bwe nyinza kwebaza Omukama Katonda naye nze embaga yange yali afaayo ate embaga yange nkulaga nti abantu banjagala bane mwenna abali eyo Barotarian Ddamulira Father Regimius ow'Emutundwe mwana mukulu Father Raymond simanyi kyenyinza kubanga Father wandaga nti buli kimu kikola kikisoboka naye ng'ebintu oluusi bikaluba nze famire yange nsooka neganye nawe leero luno sitaani nga naye yenyuma Katonda bw'aba agenda
okweteekawo mu kaseera
ndowooza okiraba so kyenvudde kugaa nti n'embaga tebiba byangu tolina kwebaga olina okusula ng'osaba nze nasabiranga bba wange twatandikanga bagenda mu state marriage anti gw'omu olina okufiiririra abalala n'ogera ego lya Yesu ndowooza okiraba so it was Katonda akuwa ekintu ate Katonda takola nsobi so God gave me a good man who could also listen nze bange yajenaga naye Peninah oba okozesa ddogo ki then I'm like nedda nze ngenda wali eri kati ffe bange yasalawo nti tugende mu byamateeka naye watuwaza ebyamateeka that's the only way I could kati ng'emutuno waaliyo marriage ey'abantu nga abaabana ne mugamba obufumbo si teziba ssente gw'osalawo oba bw'amateeka gw'osalawo oba bwakwanjula waliyo n'obwa sakristi obubeera emabega kati gwe kiki ky'osalawo so what was a state marriage it ended up into a church marriage
but church marriage is the best
and that's how we got to know kubanga musomesa yatugamba nagamba obufumbo bwa Kereziya Katonda yakola ki yabugatta and then my husband was humble because oba Mapeera yamukwatako ate banga ayina erinnya erya Simon kwegamba nze nava ku mwami ne nfukamira wansi ku mavivi ne nsaba Omukama Katonda n'akigira so sometimes God brings a husband to us ne tulema obbasabira ne tulema okwebaza Katonda ne bw'ofukamira Katonda ebisinga yabisasula abantu baatwagala abantu baatuteekamu ssente naye abantu baayiika Kereziya n'ejjula bweti Father Kibinaga kiki kino ekiri wano atulinga Father Kibi eyatugatta ate naye yajja ku ssaawa esembayo yali alina okugenda Canada kati Father Pius Mare Bishop gwe yali asabye nga gwe bategese yalina otugatta ku ssaawa esembayo laba waakubira Father Kibi ogamba ebintu byonna byalimu Katonda ye yabadde mwene ensonga era nze akayimba kwe nagera natuuka wali twali ku reception nga tulina abantu bali mu 600+ naye nga buli muntu musanyufu Town cottages wali ku swimming pool ekabuusi kasita ogenda kulabako okuva kyo ebyo byali bya Katonda kubanga waliwo be yalonda nti be baana ffe twatuuka n'ebya kaadi ne tubizza ku bbali nga it's open wedding everybody but abantu ab'ebitiibwa owekitiibwa Nelson Kawalya omwogezi w'olukiiko lwa Buganda eyatuula omwami Sinda Mukatuliki Mukristaayo n'alyoka atuula mu Kereziya n'atuula ku reception gw'ogw'omukisa ogujjawo abazungu okuva e Germany ne balinnya ennyonyi bwe twatuuma Era bannange, Teresa, where you are, be happy. You made our wedding a reality. Abannaddiini basisita aba missionaries of the poor nga bonna balinganga ba angels abali ebitiibwa. Abakozi ba gavumenti ab'enjawulo, Commissioner General URA and all the Rotarians, sinze Katonda. Bane Rotarian damulira nannyini wa St. Mark yalinkiza omwami yatuwa ssente yatuwa obudde with that love nga mpaka lwetulanga Peninah Rotarian damuliranga gamba Peninah nze for me I'll do this wedding year egenda kubaawo. Rotarian Joy Naalongo bayeŋŋana ne mwami President Pafule emmotoka ze bezi ye yennyini n'atugamba agenda twevugira nze simanyi Rotarian b'enmengo mwaka guno gwenyi nkyali mugole naye maama obugole bwaggwawo kubanga olina okukola tebikyali ebazini hanemunaleera naye ng'ekitono kyenyiza okugamba mwami ntaale abawuteya abantu bangi nnyo soya nabbannyonnyola bamalayo sisita mapeera naye sijja kwerabira Father Nyombi Father Damba Father Raymond ye n'atuwa nto kwegamba omukolo gwaffe gwali gwa kitiibwa. Rotarian Rachel Sunrise, that gown. Everybody's like, Peninah, I want that gown. It was on point. But those bridals, everything was on point, but not because of me, not because of my husband, but because it's such a Katonda. So Katonda ky'omusaba kyakola kyakuwa. Naye ebintu bya Katonda tebabipapira. Kiba n'obudde bwakyo.
Byonna bingi Bagalatiya 5:22 eri baleebya obifuna
naye Katonda olina amaanyi nze naabako Katonda. God does exist. If people stop those business Peninah, you are right. Some people now take me as a don. I'm not a don. But God made the don wedding show. God made the luxurious wedding. And God made it for me. I cannot say it's me, but it's you people who made it through God's love.
I'm here to thank you all on behalf of Peninah. Mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala mwenna abayimirira naye olw'okwe ne mwami
Chimpi Simon.
Kati tusuubirayo ka baby after marriage.
Of course, we need to produce bus to Mapera. But to Chaza. Yeah, we are going to produce some answers. But tetulina kwerabira ekyo nga tetunnasibula bane mbadde mbasaba nti ensonga y'abaliko obulemu nsonga nkulu nnyo sigamba muno ensonga zo ziri awo bwezityo ne bambi bwe mufuna abantu nga balina koze eyo kati nga koze eya child bantu banoonya buyambi kulaba nti bafuna equipment zaago child center y'abaana naye beetaaga obuyambi okuva mu bantu kati balina marathon egenda okubeerawo mu December muno nga kwegamba bajja eno bagiyita inclusion marathon oba olina kigere oba gweokozesa mutwe ogunyeenyamu oba gundi come and do it to see that you can raise what support them to see that we can stop disability and we make our lives to go because it's promotion of the okusosolebwa okwo kugenda kuvaawo singa ebintu bino tetubyebakira mu bitabo ne tubyogerako nga gwe bwotuwadde YouTube channel ne tufunangayo akadde ne tukikuba. That's the thing and that is it.
Disability is not inability.
You might think this is small what Salah has done, but someone coming out, media is very expensive. Someone to give you a program to talk for all these hours. Another good thing with Irene YouTube channel, you just wake up to your phone and you listen. Spread it. Let it move. It will go viral. And let someone see that there is someone who can control a disability. There is someone who is there for inclusive. Baba muina equipment. Muina sent. Munonya jamusteka. Jamustwala walala. We are here. Contact her. Contact me. We shall tell you. Come and visit us. Visit CC Child Center. Visit Missionaries of God. There are many centers. of people with disability. Instead of suffering, you come. Then we put you, it will be promoting human rights, it will be saving the life of someone, because some of us we acquire. Twajja twogera ku disabilities etuzaaliddwa nazo. Yes. Twajja twogera ku disabilities etuzaaliddwa nazo. But there are also secondary disabilities. Omuliro gunjokyezza, accident, ennaku zino muvuga emmotoka ezaakadibwa, bodaboda zibakonya ne mufuna gundi. So don't reach to go there. Mujje mutweyungeko tukolere wamu. So nsibula abantu bano. First of all, nebaza.
First of all, tell them to subscribe.
Nebaza Irene YouTube channel. Nze ngenda Irene Tabs, nze ngenda kafuna, nze ndowooza mumanyi mileage yange gyetuuka. Buli bwenga kusindikira sharing. Yonna yonna tugenda kutuukayo naye nga twebaza, nebaza. And I encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. I know they are going to subscribe.
I trust you.
I know they are going to do that because God has blessed us. If you've been there admiring, some of you are like, Madam Peninah, pen number yange. So just subscribe. You get Peninah, you get their contact, and that could be the best way. And after subscribing, you have promoted the life. Then keep on sharing. Encourage your friends in circles, young girls, the youth with disability and without. This is the way to go. Let's keep in touch. Ekyokubiri mbasibulanga bagamba. Having a disability is not the end of life. It's also a normal thing. Let's normalize disability. Let's accept what we are. But let's promote our country. Let's promote the citizens of this, wherever you are, whether you are in your office, wherever you are, please spare time for us. And let's work together to see that we live. Mukama Katonda abampeera omukisa era buli anaawuliriza ku kagundi kano, God is going to bless you. Me, I don't stop there. Don't be stressed because you will get intellectual disability. If you don't have people to talk to, come and talk to me. Nja kujjako stress so that it will control what? That intellectual what? Disability. People are suffering from intellectual disability because they are stressed, they don't have friends, they don't have people, they have lost hope. But we are here to give you hope. And I'm giving a blessed weekend. Whether you're a Muslim, go to the mosque and pray. If you're Catholic, go to the church and pray. You're Mulokole, do that. Or you are Mama Fina, go and pray wherever. But God is everywhere. But God is in people. God works through people, and God created us for all the purpose. So let's utilize this. I wish you a successful weekend. I wish you a good stay. Uganda is still the part of Africa. It has got all good things and all that. But thank you so much. May God give you marriages. Invite me for your wedding, and you're all going to get married. For God and my country. That's my country, Uganda. Thank you so much. God love you. Let's meet.
Amen. Thank you so much for watching, guys. My name is Irene, and she was
Nakandi Peninah.
Okay.
Mrs. Kimpi.
Amen. We meet in the next upload. Don't forget to support if you have a support. Don't forget to reach out to me. I'll get you closer to her. Is that right? And please remember to love one another. Let us share love and kindness. For God and my country, peace and love. Bye. Bye-bye.